It's been a good number of weeks since I installed this hive, and it's doing really, really well. I peeked at it the other day. It's building all the way to the end. It started with a nucleus colony from a swarm, and I installed it in here, and I haven't fed it, hadn't done anything. Today I'm just going to take a look and see how far it's gotten. What I've been doing is taking unbuilt frames from this end and moving them into the brood chamber so that they build the comb, and I'm just looking to see what the status is of it. That seemed like a lot of smoke. Oops. I just bought hinges so that I can open this, put it on a hinge. It's on my to-do list. Just going to make a little space. Now there's propolis down here between these frames, which means they're down in this end. It's just unbelievable how fast this hive is progressing. They're festooning here, which is how they start to build comb. I'm just going to set this down for a moment, and I can tell you already that they're in the next frame, which is unbelievable to me. "15 frames, 14 frames, I forget how many are in here, but they're here already. Check this out. Halfway done. Brand new, fresh, beautiful comb. It's already got nectar in it. And there are tons of bees in this beehive. So this is just an amazing story this year. This Layens Hive is doing spectacular. One thing I notice about this hive as I pull it apart is the abundance in propolis. Some hives do a lot and some hives don't do a lot. This one looks great. I love hives with a lot of propolis. Look at that frame. That is amazing. It's half honey all the way down. Now I promise you, I've looked at it and they built really nice comb. No wonky comb through this whole thing. If I keep going, every frame is going to look like that one that I just pulled, from what I remember. Now I put a couple new ones in here, so I'm going to go down and see how they're doing on those. This is an original frame. It had foundation to start, and it's built all the way to the bottom. And it's got brood throughout, and it's heavy as could be. Now, if you were in a tree, that is likely what it would look like. Honey at the top, this is what we talk about, the honey dome, and the brood on the bottom. Just a gorgeous frame. I'm going to go a little deeper and skip the next one and see where I'm at, because I think this next one is a new one that I put in not too long ago when I moved it up. This one, and this one. I can tell because they have marks on them. Let's see how they're doing here. Oh, they built it all the way to the bottom already. That's just amazing to me. You know, when the beekeeper built this hive, he put a bamboo skewer through the middle. I think you saw in the first frame that I pulled out. And what's interesting to me is it looks like they built honey down to the skewer, and then they put brood comb below it, which I think is kind of neat. Oh, we got one oops here. I see honeycomb connected to the frame that I put in, and it's literally honey, and I'm just breaking it a little bit. I have not used any smoke except to come into the hive. That's one of the things about these hives, is they tend to be really docile. My experience, a horizontal hive like this. I don't know what I got going on here. It was just a little corner that was off. I have to wonder if I'd find the queen if I looked for her. A lot of drone on this one. I can assure you these are really heavy. So I'm dripping honey all over the place, so I'm going to put it back. I was so excited to get this hive going this year, and it has not disappointed. I'm going to clear a couple of these bees from the seam so I don't squish them. And gently put the frames back. I'm super excited about what I found here. This hive is just doing incredible. Now I have all these frames together, and I have to put that frame back in frame position number 2 or 3, I don't remember. So I'm yakking away here. But what I'm going to do is push all these over, so I don't push one and one. I'm just going to pull them all and make sure there's no bees in this seam when I pull them closed. Like this one. Come on out of there, sweetheart. There you go, girl. Now these bees cannot go back down through because it's sealed all the way across the top. So any of the bees that are on the top, I'm going to scoot them away. The good news is I spent a lot of time getting this hive flat, level, so that if they were building comb, drawing comb, they would draw it cleanly, and they did. And actually what I'm going to do is what I've done already. I'm going to take this partially built frame and move it in a little bit and take the unbuilt frames and put them down here. There's the bamboo skewer that the person who built the hive put in. So some of the frames that came with this hive had this format, and the ones that I put in to get it started had foundation. I'm going to take this fully drawn frame and I'm going to put it at the end. And I'm going to put a frame that is starting to be drawn in between it. And I'm going to put the 2 frames that have nothing in between drawn frames to try and encourage them to build them straight. So these, I'm rearranging the order, but honestly I don't think it's going to be that detrimental at this point to these girls. And what I want to do is just be careful down here on the end. Actually, I don't know that that's going to work. This last frame is sticking out too much from that side, and I don't want to smash all the bees. So I'm going to put the empty back in there and live with the way they're going to build it out. But at least that other empty will get built out straight because it's between 2 drawn comb. So this one, it's likely this side, the away side from me, will not be drawn well. So love it, love it. Now what I have to do with this hive, I'm letting it finish build, and I want to do a mite treatment or a mite check on it. So I will take a sample from the brood and check it, and I think if I have a high mite threshold, I'm going to treat it with Formic. I have Formic Pro in the box. So, oh, I'm in love. I'm in love with this hive. I'm super excited that it's doing this well. I can't believe how fast it built out. All right, hope you enjoyed that, because I did.